Rachel Goldberg, and I'm a consultant from Intrepid Ascent. Today, I'm sharing a high-level overview of the Authorization to Share Confidential Medi-Cal Information, or ASCMI, pilot project and related technology for the Santa Cruz County community. This video is not intended as an in-depth training, but will rather explore some key learnings from the Santa Cruz County community ASCMI pilot and highlight some key technology features. The lead entity in the pilot, Serving Communities Health Information Organization, or SCIO, worked with 5 sites across Santa Cruz County to collect patient consents from Central California Alliance for Health members to test the adoption of the ASCMI form and use of the consent management service. The pilot sites provided a range of services to Alliance members, including primary care, behavioral health, and housing support. The pilot leveraged Pulsar Health's FHIR app technology, which includes integration with the local health information organization, SCIO, and a patient-facing application. Patient consent was gathered via the FHIR app, either on a tablet or the patient's mobile device, or by completing a paper copy of the consent form and uploading it into the consent management service connected to SCIO. The pilot sites explained the form to 91 unique patients. 72 or 79% of those agreed to sign. 54 or 61% of which also agreed to share substance use disorder information. This pilot offered many learnings that can be leveraged to inform the scale and future implementation of the ASCMI form and consent management service. A few key challenges reported by pilot staff included that many sites reported that lack of reliable public Wi-Fi at their care sites was a barrier for adoption of the patient-facing application. Additionally, pilot sites stated that the language and the length of the form itself was a barrier for patients agreeing to sign. A few key successes reported by the pilot sites were that the FHIR app was user-friendly and intuitive after initial setup, and the pilot site staff also saw clear value in the pilot and in having a universal consent to use with their patients. Now let's get into how to use the FHIR app. I'll first show what it would look like to manage my own consent as a patient from my personal phone. Assuming that I've already downloaded the FHIR app and that my provider has already helped me set up my account and verify my identity to ensure privacy, I'll share my screen now. So I've got the FHIR app up on my mobile device. My provider would use the FHIR app on their desktop, and we'll show what that looks like from the staff perspective in just a moment, to send me a notification, which will pop up as a badge notification icon on the bottom of my screen. I'll click that icon to view and then click on the Ask Me Consent message, which will take me to the consent form itself. Here, I can review the full form, including whether or not I want to share my substance use disorder information and accept or decline the consent. Today, I'll decide to share substance use disorder information and accept the consent. At any time, patients can view their consent status and all of their consent form copies by clicking on My Records and then scrolling down to Consents. Should a patient wish to revoke their consent, they can also do so from here. Now we'll move on to the staff version of the app. So provider staff need the following before being able to view or update a patient's consent status: access to the HIO, installation of the FHIR app Chrome extension, and login credentials for the FHIR app. So to begin, open up the Chrome browser and ensure you're logged in to both the HIO and the FHIR app extension, which is this icon at the top of my browser. I'm already logged in, so now we will search and open a test patient's record. The FHIR app extension will detect the open patient record from the HIO and will retrieve the patient's ASCMI consent status. On the bottom right of the patient's chart, you'll see the FIRED app logo icon. If consented, the extension shows a green border around the icon. If not consented, it shows a red border instead. Clicking on the icon opens up a pop-up with the consent details page. Here, you can see the patient's recent history with their consent and their current consent status, which you can easily change through this drop-down here. On this page, you can also see where you can upload a scanned paper consent and find the access code that you would use to provide a patient who is using the tablet. Ultimately, the Santa Cruz County community found the ASCMI pilot to be a huge success and strongly encourages further rollout of the ASCMI form and consent management service. Thank you for watching this video. For more information about the ASCMI pilot, please visit the website shown on the screen.